Welcome to FilmCrunch. I'm Neil Estep, and this episode I will be reviewing Blockbuster Total Access, the online companion to the in-store rentals that Blockbuster offers. Of course, this comes along at a time when Netflix, of course, the almighty Netflix, is the online DVD rental giant. And of course, Blockbuster has seen now that you can be successful, and they want a piece of the pie. Obviously, their in-store rental profits aren't quite hitting the mark. So I will just say before I go into this that I did my best to review Blockbuster Total Access without bias, but it becomes very hard because Netflix is great. And I've had Netflix for a very long time, and I am Netflix loyal. I love Netflix. So, of course, obviously they're doing something right because they're the #1. And here's my review. First off, I'd like to say that the website, the Blockbuster Total Access website, needs some work. The first day I had Blockbuster, I decided to go online and pick some movies, add some movies to my queue, very much like Netflix. And I decided that in my quest to watch every single M. Night Shyamalan movie in relatively quick succession, I added Lady in the Water to my queue. And just like Netflix, Blockbuster gives you a recommendation of other movies that you'll enjoy based on the selection you've made. And this is where I find a terrible, terrible error. Their suggestion for my liking Lady in the Water was Splash. That I would like Splash because I want to watch Lady in the Water. Now, just because I want to watch a movie that happens to have a lady in some water, that doesn't mean I want to watch every single movie that's about a mermaid or a woman in water or anything of that nature. A better recommendation maybe would be another M. Night Shyamalan movie or another fantasy thriller type of film, but no, we get Splash. And I felt that that was a huge flaw. And Netflix, often they recommend things, and I watch those recommendations, and I think that was right on the money. I really enjoyed that movie. So Blockbuster has some definite shortcomings when it comes to their website. Also, their synopses on the website, way too wordy, and I don't know whose fault that is specifically. Sometimes their synopses come from All Movie Guide and other places. I just want a quick, short explanation of the plot of the film I'm about to see, and I don't want to know from start to finish all the facets and all the various subplots that exist within the film. I just want the basic idea, and that alone will sell me on the film. Also, the website is kind of clumsy. It's not very polished. I find Netflix to be constantly working on their site, making it better looking, making it more user-friendly, and I felt that from day one, Blockbuster just doesn't have exactly what I want as far as being able to search for things and etc., etc. There are some good things about the website. For instance, Blockbuster lists more cast members with in the movies and also their character names, so it's very helpful in the IMDb sort of sense. You can see exactly who's in the movie, but also what character they are playing. It also lists all the awards that any movie has received, including anywhere from awards at Cannes Film or BAFTA awards, everything, any major awards. And the other great thing is when you're looking for a movie, you can also check local in-store availability. So if there's a movie and it's got a long wait on the website, I can go and look and see if my local store has it, and I can go and pick it up there, which is a really big plus. So there are some pros and cons with the website. Now, the service, in general, also has some definite shortcomings. Again, Netflix seems to be, for the most part, always on top of things. There aren't huge long waits on many releases that I like, and they also have a very large catalog that I enjoy. Blockbuster has a longer wait on title availability. For instance, I wanted to watch, not a movie, but the Season 1 of Extras, the show starring Ricky Gervais. And Disc 1 was completely long millennium wait, but Disc 2 was available. And so they sent me Disc 2, and then Disc 1 never ever became available for months. And things like that really irk me, and Netflix is always very good about having their titles. Again, fewer titles. I was looking for films that are a little more obscure, a little more on the independent side. I looked up the movie The Brown Bunny, that's directed and starring Vincent Gallo, and that was not available from Blockbuster. However, it was available from Netflix. Another problem, a huge problem, I'm very surprised at Blockbuster. I have a very hard time finding special editions. For instance, I was looking for special editions of The Departed and Superman Returns for review on the website, on the FilmCrunch website, and they do not offer anything that has a second disc. And if they do, it comes out very far in the future, well after the DVD has been released, which is very frustrating for me. I rented The Departed, I was going to review the special features, found out there was a second disc, but it wasn't available on Blockbuster, and that's very distressing, and honestly, it's inconvenient. Another problem is their HD DVD and Blu-ray releases are not immediately they're not immediately available. So, for instance, I was looking for Rocky Balboa on Blu-ray and Children of Men on HD DVD. Both were released about a week ago, and neither one of them were on Blockbuster, but both of them were on Netflix. Again, just still differences in the service. However, the service has some very good points, and I'm sure you've heard about these. There's the ability to exchange movies in store. So you bring your DVD in, and they give you an in-store movie to take home for a limited time. There are no late fees on this movie, except for some arbitrary late due dates that sort of are here, and then they're a little longer, and then they're a little longer, and eventually you'll pay a little tiny bit unless you return it. So they're very lax. But so that's very nice. You can take your DVD in, they'll mail it back for you, and you get to take a new DVD home with you from the store. The only problem with that is sometimes it takes a couple of days for the Blockbuster Online to receive the copy that you dropped off at the store, as opposed to leaving it at the post office when you usually get, they receive it the next day. Also,
why is that important if they don't get it back, if you still walk out with the video?
Well, because you can potentially have 4 movies at a time. Like, you can have 3 movies from the online service.
Oh, okay. So you get your one from the store. And
get your one from the store.
The one in the mail wouldn't come as soon because you gave it to the store.
Right. Right. And also, I don't understand why they can't go into the computer and just say, Neil brought back this DVD, please ship him the next available DVD tomorrow. And then that way I would get it right away. So that's another thing that I don't like about it. Now that's, of course, maybe I just seem like I'm spoiled by Netflix because they have that great turnaround. But it is the service that Blockbuster is advertising and offering, and I think that maybe, you know, those little kinks could be unkinked, for instance. Also, they offer, another great thing is they offer a free coupon every month, which allows you to get another DVD or video game from in-store. And you can also, I forgot to mention, you can also exchange your online DVD for a game if you'd like, game or DVD release. And that again has also some due dates that are kind of arbitrary, no real late fees until you get way later in the rental. But there is one thing I was looking for. I don't ever know exactly when I'm going to get this coupon, the extra coupon every month. I would love some email alerts to let me know, hey, your new coupon is ready. Go ahead and print it out and take it to the store and you can get your next release. I'm never really sure when I can get my coupon. So, overall, I think that if you live relatively near a Blockbuster store and you're willing to travel there occasionally or frequently, then, or if you are a gamer, I should say, Blockbuster Total Access is probably for you. They have a lot of options as far as what you can rent in store. If you have a wait online, you can go right to the store and get it if you really want to get that movie, which is super convenient. And you can get games, which is something that Netflix does not offer. But if you're like me and you kind of just want movies, you know, movies are really what you're after, and you want them in relatively quick succession, you want a fast turnaround in the mail, and you want a good selection of titles and a good availability, Netflix is still #1 in my book.